Hey guys, it's Destiny with Big Block. I'm here today with Roy True from Golden West Management. Can you please walk us through a little bit of what's happening in the current climate of rental properties in San Diego?
Well, thank you for having me, Destiny. Yeah, it's an awesome market to say the least.
Absolutely.
It's never been a better time to be a landlord. A lot of good things happening. Rental rates going through the roof. Probably raised close to 20% over the last 2 years.
Wow.
So, the benefits there to a landlord, obviously more cash flow. And then, like we were talking earlier, we're finally moving to a point where some of the restrictions have kind of eased up on our landlords out there. That being said, it's still California.
Yeah.
So having a property manager to guide you through this is always important in this state.
Yeah, and can we touch a little bit on that moratorium and what's currently going on with that?
So I think the biggest things to realize in the whole moratorium and the evictions that are kind of sliding into a new direction is you can do just cause now. If you're going to sell your home, you can process a notice of non-renewal now.
Okay.
So eviction, I think everybody has this big negative connotation of what it is. An eviction is just asking somebody to leave your house. Mm-hmm. You're canceling the lease and they're moving out. Mm-hmm. So an eviction, what we think is like, hey, there's a constable going out and locking somebody out of a house. That's an unlawful detainer. That's like the final step of it. And really an eviction is just really you're canceling a lease, you're asking a tenant to move out. So you can do that now if you're going to take the property off the rental market. Okay. So that's if you're moving back in, family members moving back in, or you're going to sell the property.
Okay.
So if one of your clients is like, hey, I have this tenant in there, I don't know what to do, good news, you can actually move the needle on that now.
That's fantastic. And I feel like Golden West is very, very good at negotiating and just really making all parties happy.
Right.
Are there any other things that having, obviously a Golden West property manager in charge of your property, what are the benefits? And I know there's certain people who sway away from it, they try to do it themselves.
Right.
But can you just walk us through why it's so beneficial to work with a licensed professional?
Sure. I mean, a lot of these processes we already have in place, and we've done it, 50 to 100 times on each kind of different scenario or more. I mean, this is what we do every day. We don't do sales at Golden West. We're realtors that do property management. That's it. We don't do sales. So it's what we're good at, And so having somebody that's a professional in your corner, no matter what part of any industry, you're going to get better results, right? That's what you want. And paying for a service is getting your time back. So we already know what to do, how to serve the proper documents. Especially when it comes to something like an eviction. If you don't serve correctly, literally you have to start all over from the beginning. So that's a big pitfall that if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get lost in it. You're like, I'm up for my court date, and the judge will be like, sorry, dismissed.
Yeah, and a lot of investors, they don't have the time to actually do that, and especially for first-time investors who are looking to capitalize on the rental rates right now.
Sure.
What suggestions or advice would you give to people who are considering getting into being a landlord?
I think there's always, I say, three type of mindsets for investors. There's the investor that's looking for the single family home. Mm-hmm. There's the investor that's looking for the multi-unit property, small multi-unit. And then there's investors that will go in as a group and buy something big.
Yeah.
So that's three different types. We focus mainly on single family homes and small boutique apartments.
Okay.
So I think 8 to 80 units. Okay. So those ones that's in our wheelhouse. That's what we're good at.
Okay.
A lot of the bigger ones, when you have 500 unit complex, sometimes it makes sense to have that piece in house, but that's where we specialize in. And investors, you know how to make money, right? You're out there. You're plugging away, finding and working on that. You don't want to get stuck in the day-to-day of having to deal with tenants, managing properties, move in, move out, walkthroughs. The list goes on and on and on. We don't just sit back and collect rent and smile with our feet up all day. I guarantee you that. That's not property management lifestyle. But yeah, I mean, it's very labor-intensive and time-consuming to manage property, especially on the multi-unit side, to where it's just a line item on your investment. Mm-hmm. So. Budgeting out, the average in San Diego is 8 to 10% for a property manager. We're only at 8%, so we're on the good side of that.
Hey.
But so having that person to protect you and your asset, it's literally look at if you're a great day trader on the stock market and you invest in Bitcoin, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. This is a little bit different, right?
Yeah.
So as much as you'd want a financial advisor for your stock portfolio, we're your advisor for your investment property.
Yeah.
And you look at them exactly the same.
Yeah.
And it's going to help you get more return, It's going to help you have better decision making, and you're not going to find yourself at big losses if you have somebody that knows what they're doing it for you.
Absolutely. And Roy, I would say a lot of people think that owning rental properties is passive. I would say if you have Roy employed with you, then it is going to be a little bit more passive as opposed to you trying to handle maintenance requests and everything on your own in conjunction with having your own career and your own job. So I would say, again, I highly recommend Roy and his team. I've had an incredible experience firsthand. And again, thank you so much for sharing all of your knowledge today.
Of course, anytime. Love to talk some more and do it again.
Absolutely. Bye, guys.